Do you ever feel like you should have married an actor?
No,
Why?
not at all.
Why do you say
Never.
don't marry actors?
We would have been fighting about our makeup kits.
Oh.
I'll forgive, but I never forget.
Oh.
I will bring out something from 2002. I'll be
No
like,
way.
here, you said that. It was December. There you go. Spend time with his family.
Family.
You'll figure out what the guy's like.
Hello and welcome to In Bed with Shenaz, and today in bed I have a surprise. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Hi Tisca, thanks for being in bed with me.
Oh, pleasure.
Oh wow, lovely soft skin. But this is not that kind of show. This show is about love, sex and relationships with other people.
Okay. I thought maybe there's too many people watching if there's something that we're going to do.
I know, but they don't see the other people, they only see us. So I hear you're married,
Yes.
and
very
you've been
much so.
married for how many years?
25.
Oh wow. Okay, so this show is going to be about
Child marriage.
Wow. Was he your first boyfriend?
No.
No?
You're kidding me? Of course not.
Okay, so you had how many boyfriends did you have before this guy?
How many? I don't know. I haven't counted, but a few.
A few, yeah.
A few.
And then why did you decide to marry him?
He came from a very good gene pool.
So he's very good looking.
Yes.
What is he, tall, dark and handsome?
Tall, not so dark, but handsome, all right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he North Indian like you?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so he's very good looking. And do you still find him good looking?
Of
25
course.
years. Oh.
Yeah, he's good looking.
Wow. And what other qualities does he have that made you marry him?
See, marriage is we're very good friends.
Ah.
We're really good friends. We fight, we argue, it's a very equal relationship. So we
Okay.
bring a lot of that energy into the relationship, which is like, may the best person win this round.
Oh, really? But but isn't it conflict resolution is the key to marriage, right? That's what I hear. I'm not married. Isn't it? It's like it's okay if you fight, but how do you actually make up? That's the most important thing. So what happens when you guys fight? Is it like a lot of yelling and stuff, or is it like you sit down over a cup of tea and you decide?
It is a full-on battle royale.
No.
Oh, it is.
How
it
did you
is-
survive 25 years of that?
That's the way.
Are you serious?
I think some days we just like enjoy the fight because we say the meanest things to each other. It's hilarious.
Really?
It's hilarious.
But then is the sex better after that? Really? Or some people just fight to make up. Is that you? So
no
you say the
comments.
meanest things to each other. You scream and you yell, and he screams and he yells. So neighbors are having a blast. They're
The
like,
neighbors are like, oh my God, they're at it again.
Oh no.
They're Chopras.
How often does it happen?
Couple of times a month.
A couple of times a month.
Yeah, for sure.
And they always say that couples fight over the same few things, right? They keep recurring in your relationship.
Yes, they do.
I really feel that.
And the thing is that you go, because you know the other person so well, you know what hurts. So you will take out your sharpest spear and go for the tenderest spot, and you go,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's
But then-
vicious.
No, but then how do you make up after that? You forgive it. So basically, I read somewhere marriage is the union of two great forgivers. So you forgive and forget the next day. Is that?
You
hold a grudge?
You don't, see, I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
I'll forgive, but I never forget.
Oh.
I will bring out something from 2002. I'll be
No
like,
way.
here, you said that. It was December. There you go.
Wow, I love it. I forget everything.
I do not forget.
Wow.
Nothing.
Really?
Never.
And what about him? How does he react to that 2002 thing?
He's what I call a tingle baz.
Meaning?
You know, he likes to like choro one, and he knows it'll get my goat. And
So you both push each other's buttons.
oh, completely.
And what keeps you together?
So I'll tell you, at the risk of sounding a little banal, at the end of the day, you know that there are pressures. We're both working.
Is he an actor too?
No, he's a pilot with Air India, and he's also a writer. He has his first series coming out, Ranneeti, which is coming out on the 25th of this month. So very excited, and he's written several books. But when he was actively flying, he was away 15 days a month. So I was actually married 12 and a half years.
Oh, okay. Because half the time he's away, half the time you're away acting and all that. So, okay. But what keeps you together? What's the glue?
So you know that, I mean, both of us have kind of accepted that this is it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is it. That means you're not moving out. That is, you're comfortable, you're happy.
Yeah.
That whatever happens, you're together.
We're together. So now if I told him one day that if, I decide to go with someone else, just come on over. Just come on over. Just
Come
live
with us, the three of you.
Yeah. And if you decide to, then I'll come with you.
Oh, nice.
So let's just so we know that.
You know
We
that the other person's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, and we've seen each other through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit, which is,
years.
it's a long time.
It's a long
It's
time.
a long
like
time.
all your ups and downs in your
Yeah,
career,
it's more than half
your
my life,
parents, health, everything. So how is it when you're sick? What does he do? Is he are you a good patient? Does he take care of you, or?
He's he has a brilliant bedside manner.
Oh,
brilliant.
Really?
He is so caring and so gentle, and he's really, I think he's I often tell him that, you should have been either a professor or a doctor, because he has that quality. He's immediately compassionate and very concerned.
Oh.
And I am the opposite. I get irritated with illness.
Oh.
I'm so crabby. I'm like, okay, it's just a flu. It's just this. Get it over with.
No, but are you irritated when you get the flu or when he gets the flu?
Both.
I'm
like,
right.
Be done with it.
Why are you being a baby?
Yeah, finish it.
And does he hold that against you? Like, does he say,
Yeah,
when you're sick, I take care of you, and now
he does. Yes.
He does.
Yeah.
And then what do you say?
I'm like,
whatever.
Yeah.
Really.
And you're not supposed to be like falling sick and all of this. Like you're
You're young. Come on, you're like a hot stuff Punjabi guy.
Yeah.
I absolutely understand and identify. But it's really refreshing
with being a hot Punjabi guy.
No. Just that I've known hot Punjabi guys.
More on that later. All right.
So I mean, I didn't write a book with 22 chapters for nothing.
Oh yes.
A book about relationships.
All he left me was
a recipe.
Oh.
So each chapter is a different guy in this girl's life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, take it.
This is for me. Thank you. Yeah, I got to sign it for me.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, okay. So, but this is really refreshing to hear that after, you guys actually go at it and fight, because all I keep hearing is conflict resolution is so important. And if you can't resolve conflict, then you shouldn't be together. You should break up. So this is the first time I'm hearing a couple who's been there together 25 years and they fight like cats and dogs and they're still together.
The key areas are very clear. For example, it's very clear that parents are sacrosanct, his and mine.
Good.
We will look after our parents. We're both.
So values are the same.
The core values are the same. So the rest of the stuff is just,
So the values are, the values that keep you together are your parents. You will take care of your parents.
Both of us are the eldest on either side.
Okay.
So it falls to us to look after our parents.
Yes.
That is non-negotiable.
Correct.
The second thing is our daughter, who's 11, going on 25. she's another kind of human being. This whole generation is completely another system.
Okay.
It's another operating system.
Okay.
So she is a very central focus for both of us.
Yeah.
So that, and I think we're both quite we love watching stuff together. We both also write together, which is another level of pandemonium. Which is another level of pandemonium.
So you fight about things there.
Oh, that is the biggest fight.
But then that's good. You have stuff to talk about at least. He's your creative partner.
He is.
And do you respect him still?
Of course.
Yeah, respect is really important,
Yes,
right?
I think that is the key.
That's the key.
That is the
to
key.
respect the person.
To respect the person and to respect your differences. I think, because one assumes that if something looks right from my perspective, you have to take that time out and say, okay, let me see it from his angle and how does it look from that side, and genuinely do that.
Yeah.
Not just for like, oh, I see it, I understand. No, put yourself in his shoes. Try and imagine that from the trajectory that he's coming from. How does it feel authentically?
Yeah. So that's the secret for a marriage. I look at things from the other person. What is the secret? You've been married 25 years. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
Yeah. Would you like to be in this modern age of dating, or are you happy that you were dating back then without dating apps?
I'm actually very happy because I think that we've gone and screwed up the whole thing. I think we've taken the romance out of it, we've taken the mystery out of it. I think it's all pretty flat. There's so much politics, gender politics that's entered the space that becomes very difficult to. I hear from my younger friends that they're not sure if the guy should be paying, because if he doesn't pay, that means he's not invested enough, but you made it so hard for the guy because he doesn't know if he should be paying, or should he be making the reservation, or should he be opening the door. What behavior patterns have got so messed up.
Nobody really knows what they need to do. So what do you think? Do you think that the guy should pay?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, I like the guy to be the provider. There's no shame in that.
Yeah, I mean, he
can
could.
pay.
He
sometimes
could pay.
you pay, sometimes he pays.
Yeah.
But do you feel like the guy should pay 70% of the time?
No, I think 50% of the time. But I think that it shouldn't become a thing. Whoever's got their wallet at hand should pay.
It shouldn't feel like a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but we've made it a thing.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't pay, but it's maybe because he thinks that you think that he will think he's not modern. So it's like there's a whole lot of other shit that has come into it.
No, but you know what, Tisca? I feel like all women want the guy to pay. I really do. They may say all this. I feel like they want to feel like the guy can take care of them. We will offer. And we'll do like, 50-50, one time you pay, one time I pay, or maybe 2 times you pay, 1 time I pay. You want to feel that the guy can take care of you. I think most women that I speak to, Indian women and Western, I feel, I've spoken to so many, I think they want it.
Yeah?
Yeah. What do you feel? Have you been 50-50 your whole marriage?
For the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't divided down the center like that, but it's sort of, there are times, because it's a long span of time, 25 years. So there's been times when only he's been working. As an actor, I wasn't.
Of course.
So then it was all on him.
Yeah.
But then there was times that I was sort of, on a career high. And there was a lot more coming from me. But and after some time, everyone's got enough savings.
It's the same
and
thing.
it's like, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
it's
matter.
not a...
Do you think couples, like now advice for young people who are getting married, do you think couples should have separate bank accounts?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
And then pay from both separate bank accounts, not have a joint account?
There could be multiple ways to do that, and I've thought about that a lot.
What would you tell your daughter to do?
Separate. Separate for sure. Separate and one joint.
The joint pays for the home.
For everything for the house gets done out of that, and then you have separate ones. But we just have separate ones.
Yeah. Even I think separate ones is a better idea.
Yeah.
That is definitely the case.
Because otherwise, autonomy and finance actually is what is it at the end of the day? Money is just a resource, right?
Yeah, very true.
So it's a resource. What do you do with that resource? That resource is supposed to give you the things that you want in life. It could be travel, it could be bags, it could be fighting for stray dogs.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do with your money,
you should be able to do it. But then if you're actually all joint, like say if my husband is extremely like wants to buy all these fancy cars, and I'm like, hey, I'm not into this whole like fancy car thing, and if it's part of my money going, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's best like to have separate accounts. And they say that couples fight most about money. In fact, most divorces, they say, are 90% of the divorces are because of finance.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have a young daughter, right? So what advice would, because there are a lot of like young people sitting there who want to date, and they're like, okay, what, going through 25 years of marriage, kind of having all this like experience behind you, what do you feel that you want to, what would you tell me? Say I'm single. What would you tell me? What should I pick in a guy?
spend time with his family. You'll figure out what the guy's like. Also check his family's disease pattern.
Oh.
So you will know what are the likely
Oh,
diseases that his family might have.
Really?
Will they get Parkinson's or Alzheimer's? What is how is their BP and all of that?
Oh
So
my
check all
God,
of that.
really? But what if you like the guy a lot, but maybe he has like a lot of
Health issues?
health issues, or his family has health issues, and what, drop him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So health. So check the guy's health. Well, I never got this piece of advice before. Okay,
Practical.
Check very practical. So check the guy's health issues.
Check his mind.
His mind.
His
like
mind.
what, for
Is
example?
there stability in the family? In the mind, are they sort of a lot of the issues arise from the mind. So check that if the family is stable, are they sort of mental balance. Check for that. Check for gender.
If they have maybe some kind of like crazy, like
crazies in the family,
bipolar or something in the family, some psychiatric
check
thing.
for that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then check on the work ethic, because ups and downs may happen, but if the family has a solid work ethic, then the guy will sooner or later come around. He mightn't do well at this job, but will eventually, because if his work ethic is solid, will eventually come around and be a stable financial partner as well. So that lazy, arrogant, those are the things to sort of avoid.
Lazy, arrogant, going from 0 to 100 in a minute, like getting really upset about getting triggered about little small things. Oh, okay. So coming down to let's break it down. Check his health. Check his family's health. Check the mind of him and his family.
Work ethic.
Wow, work ethic. And then
also see if they have a saving habit.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. Basics.
So say the family's in debt. What would you do?
Avoid.
Really? But what if it's not their fault? They had some business problems, all of that.
I mean, you can get into the details of it, but
if your daughter was doing it, you would be like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Has your daughter started dating yet?
No, she's 11.
She's 11. She's 11, yeah. She's really young. But 5 more years and she'll be like...
She may be, yeah.
She may start liking boys and
she
things
likes
like
boys. I mean, I think she does. They talk about them.
Okay.
But right now it's like, ew, he's a boy.
Oh, that's a good thing.
I'm like...
That's a good thing.
And I told her, she's very mature. She's emotionally 22.
Okay.
So I have this conversation. I'm like, you're going you right now, and then 5 years from you probably already like somebody, but you're kind of, no, mama, he's just a bias.
A bias?
Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
the cool word to say.
What is-
A crush is all the way. It's like a crush, but a bias is like.
Oh, I'm biased towards him.
Yeah, this is my bias.
Wow.
So, but biases are not people you know. Biases are like BTS or somebody from a Korean band or somebody like that.
Really? Okay. So you learn a lot of lingo from your young girl. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions from this book. Okay.
Please go for it.
All right.
Very excited.
All right. Okay, this one. Can a boy be threatened by a girl's success?
In India, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if the girl is successful and doing well, you think guys can be threatened?
Absolutely.
And do you advise the girl to go out with somebody who is slightly threatened? Like, what does the girl do if the guy is slightly threatened? Say you like him, but he's a little threatened. She's very successful with.
Depends on the level of threat. If the guy is threatened to the point that he's trying to gaslight her and bring her down, then to feel jealous is normal. And to expect that, particularly if things are not going well in the other person's life, one, I would feel it.
Right.
I would say that, why is this shit happening to me, and why is good stuff happening to you?
Correct.
You might think that because, you're two peas in a pod, you're in the same environment, why is things happening to you, why is it not happening to me?
Happening for me, exactly.
So you can have a look at it like that, and to articulate it and have a conversation about that and bring it out into the open and thrash it out. That's the thing to do. But if the person wants to pull you down to his level, I think
run.
Red flag for me.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to ask you another question. Do you feel like you could ever be single again? Like, what would that experience be like? Or do you feel like you couldn't cross over? Do you feel like after being married for 25 years, do you think you could be single and live alone?
I don't think I could do the whole dating thing.
No,
I think it's very exhausting.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's very exhausting. I cannot.
Oh, you know?
I cannot. I'm just like no,
Forget it.
Just forget it. I'm not doing that. It took a lot of energy from me when I was younger.
Yeah.
A lot. And I really stabilized and did way better at work and money and everything else once I stabilized this area of my life, because it was taking too much of energy.
It takes a lot of energy. I agree. It takes a lot of energy, and it took a lot of my energy earlier. But now I'm actually stable just being single, because I've been single for a long time. So it's just like it's easier. But do you feel like you can cross? You don't feel like you can cross over to being single now that you've been.
So the second part of the answer is that part of me as a personality, I'm actually an introvert. So I'm actually quite single in my head.
Really?
I don't see myself as being married or unmarried. I don't go into a room thinking, I'm a married woman. I don't think like that.
Yeah.
I don't have that vibe.
Yeah.
I don't have...
Actually, I was surprised when I asked you in the lift, are you married? And you were like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just...
Because I mean, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very much a very alive and functional and active and loving relationship. But it doesn't define who I am.
Exactly. Infidelity is a deal breaker for some people. Infidelity is not a deal breaker. What is it for you? And what do you feel? Because when you're married for so many years, there can be a chance that you may go away somewhere and something can happen. Is that a big deal breaker for you, or is it not? Because there are so many times I've heard married people say that my husband deserted me in other ways. Like, he stopped speaking to me. He stopped channeling my dreams. Maybe he didn't sleep with somebody else, but he did not support me. And that for me was the biggest deal breaker. You know, he checked out. You can check out by many ways.
I think for me, infidelity is not just about getting into someone's pants. I think it happens a lot earlier. You know, to be not invested in a relationship, there are many steps to infidelity.
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
you know, it's not just sleeping with someone. That's just like the last act, at probably last 10, 15 minutes or whatever.
Correct.
But there's a lot that goes between that. It's that section that would bother me rather than just a physical act, because you know, a shower later you're
somebody.
You're back to being yourself.
So that's very interesting, because people who are married for a long time always tell me that, and people who are not always say, "No, my God, that's the biggest deal breaker." But would you be more upset if your husband or your boyfriend? I'm just saying it. I don't want to just say your boy, but in a broader sense, like, would you feel more upset if the person that you loved was actually hanging out with someone, going for movies, coffee, dates?
All of it.
All of that.
Two slaps.
Yeah, exactly. That would be more upsetting
all
than
of
the
it.
actual act.
No, all of it.
All of it.
2 slaps.
Right.
No, get out. No.
Not at all.
No.
Do you ever feel like you should have married an actor?
No. Not at all.
Why do you say don't marry actors?
We would have been fighting about our makeup kits.
Oh.
It's not happening.
I know. Once I dated, like, for a short time, like, I was on a date with an actor.
There's almost like an actor, an entrepreneur, swimmer, a perpetual swimmer. So there's a big list.
Of course. There's a book. and I asked him, "What are you thinking?" Thinking he'd be, because he was deep in thought. And he's like, he looks at me and he's like, "I'm just thinking about my hair and my skin." And I was like, "What?" I thought he would be thinking of something deep. But yes, that's what you're saying. That you'd be fighting over your makeup kits.
Yeah,
so you don't.
Two Wayne people in the same house won't work.
No, it wouldn't work. Okay, so I've learned a lot from you. You're very fiery. I love you. You're very fiery, you know, on the ball woman, and very interesting how you've kept up a marriage of 25 years. You have and your values are very, like, you know. So what I've learned is also that you have to know what your values are. You have to know what your deal breakers are, and you have to stick with them.
Yeah.
That is really my takeaway from meeting you.
Yeah. Disrespecting parents, not being able to look after them and understand that we stand on their shoulders.
Absolutely.
And so those values, a child
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So those values are non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable, right? And values are very, very important in a relationship.
Central.
And it's okay if you fight. Wow, that's something I never, like, I did not know.
You must fight.
But not like, oh my God, saying the worst things to each other.
Yes,
Like,
it's all. And let's mix it with a big ass.
But don't you feel hurt? Like, I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, and then you get over it. Come on.
Wow.
You've been hurt for months now.
I love it. So lovely to meet you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being in bed with Shenaz.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for watching the show. And now we're going to go back to bed.